Hi guys, we're gonna look at this relation, and this relation is represented by this expression, this equation. So the question is, does it represent y as a function of x? So in class, we discussed quite extensively um, the uh, idea of function, and if you read the definition carefully, and we say we highlight a few keywords, right? So you have to each element in X, you have only one single element Y. So that's the key. That's the key. So let's go back to the problem here. And algebraically speaking, which means I'm gonna look at a few numbers. For instance, when x is equal to 1, take a look at here. When x is equal to 1, so y can be 1, right? Because right hand side y squared 1 square is equal to 1, right? But at the same time, y could also be negative 1 because negative 1 square will be equal to 1, which is equal to the left hand side. So in other words, using this one, you can see that when x is 1, y can be 1. When x is 1, y also can be negative 1. So this kind of tells you whether this is function or not. I would like to challenge you using this information to make a decision which answer is correct. Now, of course, in class, we also talked about uh, another way to determine whether a function is a relation is a function or not, and this is the vertical line test. So now, even though you are not given a graph, okay, you are not given a graph, I would like to encourage you to take a look at its graph in Desmos so that using technology wisely is also a objective that I would like to achieve, that everybody achieves. So now x equals y squared. In Desmos, I just simply type in x equals y squared, and this is the graph that you see. Now, you can simply draw vertical line test to see how it works out. So I'll let you make the decision. Okay. So that's my hint for this particular problem. This particular problem number 2. Now, similarly, if you look at number three, now is it a function? Is this relation a function? Uh, Algebraically speaking, this is not as straightforward as the previous one. So maybe it's a little easier if you look at the graph of it. So let's type in y cubed equals x squared, right? So take a look at the green one. I'm gonna hide the previous one. So this is the relation, uh, the graph of the relation given here. So uh, uh, use your vertical line test. So use this method, use the vertical line test. Please check, make your informed decision whether this is a function or not. So that's the hints I have for these two problems, number 2 and number 3.